Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday, the 11th of April 2022. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the animal tarot cards for today's reading, made by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And last time I used this deck, someone in the comments said, "Hey Greg, you shouldn't use Doreen's decks anymore because she specifically asked people not to, and she said to destroy the cards." Now, Doreen Virtue was a spiritual teacher in the New Age kind of area for a long time, and then she became a fundamentalist Christian. And that's a religion that I'm not allowed to be part of, and that has very strong opinions about people like me. So I'm not particularly inclined to listen to the instructions of someone who chose that, especially when she was all about love and healing before. Plus, Radley Valentine was involved in this deck, and he signed the cards for me when I got them in Glastonbury. So I don't want to get rid of these. I think they're cute and adorable. And like every other deck of cards, they put a different spin on the tarot. So I think this is useful, and that's my response to that. I'm going to shuffle the cards a few times, and then I'm going to choose 3 to see what the day is all about and what energy you'll be working with. So let's have a look at that. I hope none of these are reversed because they have text on them, and when the cards have text, I don't use reversals. So let's see what comes out. First card is the 3 of Autumn. Looks like the 3 of Pentacles to me. The 5 of Summer, the 5 of Cups. Lovely. And the Ace of Winter, which is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so you have major expertise in a practical sense, can do a great job and use your skills to create beautiful things. The 5 of Cups is about being selfless and connecting with feelings of love and harmony and giving of yourself freely. And then the Ace of Winter is a eureka moment when it comes to your ideas and seeing something clearly, which could be why you do such great work and why you're able to connect in a loving way, because you're not misinformed any longer. You realize how good you are. You realize how much you have to offer, how much love there is between you and another person or another place or thing. And it also allows you to communicate effectively, to make good decisions, and mainly to have these inspired eureka moments that give you more clarity. Okay. So we've got the 3 of Autumn, the miniature poodle dog. Your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. And I love that, and I totally agree with it. Personally, I did a degree in journalism. I did that in Sydney, in Australia. A master's in media practice I did. And communication was always something that I loved, but journalism wasn't. I never really wanted to, report on, like things like tabloids and serious news, and that wasn't ever up my alley. But I did like communication, and I did love the tarot. And when I found a way of combining them, that's when things started to work for me, because it's something that I love to do and care about. And by finding a way of translating it into a vocation, that's when I started to enjoy my work, and that's when my life became much better. So I'm a perfect example of this miniature poodle dog. And that's something we can all do. So if you have a desire for gardening, why not work as a landscape architect? Or as a rose breeder, or if you have a love for the human body, why not be a sports therapist or a chiropractor or a nutritionist? You know, those kind of things. So if there's a passion, the card is saying today that you can translate that into some practical vocation and a career path, even if it doesn't exist in the world already. you know, like what are the jobs that, like a stylist? I don't think they had stylists in the 1920s. And that's something someone must have said, you know what, I love clothes and dressing people. I'm going to make that my job. And now it's a normal thing. So if you've been struggling with your life purpose or you haven't found your niche yet, your kind of sweet spot when it comes to work, look at that again today. You'll make a lot of progress. The 5 of summer, focus upon the fact that God loves you and always has the highest of intentions for you. A positive outlook makes it easier to recover from life's little difficulties so that you can move onward and upward. Yeah, so by focusing on the good stuff and trying to find something that makes you feel good, something that you can be happy about, it makes that bigger and it allows it to spill into other areas of your life so that you can really change the fundamental core dynamic of what you're experiencing. So I feel it's by loving yourself and realizing that the universe loves you and that you have your guides and your angels and that they want the best for you, that then changes your outlook. And it may be that sense of, I'm loved, I support myself, that leads you to actually finding your niche on planet Earth. It's difficult to find your life purpose or your ideal career path if you're very busy thinking about how difficult everything is and how unloved you are, and by simply focusing on the negative, that doesn't create a lot of forward motion in my experience, but focusing on the good stuff leads to other good stuff. So you can ride the wave of positivity by remembering this rather than going down the river of negativity. So it's a change of perspective, and it's simple process of tuning into yourself and saying, I feel the love, whether it's a tiny little thing or it's this huge intergalactic experience of cosmic joy and bliss. Ace of Winter, the panda, implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. Oh, that's interesting, because a lot of people assume that if I'm living my life purpose and I've found my special way of operating in the world, then it's going to be super easy and I'm not going to face another obstacle ever again. And again, that's not been my experience. Even if you absolutely love what you do have issues to deal with. Like my most recent issue, like I love what I do, and then I was on Instagram putting pictures up and stuff, and people were impersonating me on there, and it's something that I dealt with, I suppose, to the best of my ability. But it doesn't mean that I should give up on what I love to do. So yeah, I feel the message is not to read too much into obstacles or negativity, because it's just part of the process. You're always going to have teething problems with anything. And you may think that's being overly simplistic, but I feel, or my experience has taught me, that conflict is part of any process or any journey. The ace counts as 1, 5, so 1 and 5 is 6, and 3 is 9. 9 is spirituality and completion. So particularly if this is a journey you've been on for a while and you've been trying to see things clearly, or what you're good at and how you can combine your passion with an actual job, you'll be able to tick off that process, get it done once and for all, and find your niche. So I hope that gives you an idea of Monday's energy. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to Audio Reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology, and I combine all three to really look at what you're all about, what your gifts and talents are, what you can maximize, where you're supported, what other things may not come as naturally and how you can minimize those, what's coming up in future, places to live, relationships, spiritual developments, romance, connection with institutions, anything at all really. So if you do have any questions, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.